Hello, welcome to this brief presentation video of the minor political theory. My name is Johan Olstoren. I'm an assistant professor in political theory here at the Department of Political Science in Amsterdam, and I'm the coordinator of this minor. So the minor political theory offered by the Political Science Department is a 30 ECTS minor. It starts each year in September, and it is open to anyone who has completed 60 ECTS of credits in any bachelor. It is possible to complete the minor in the space of a year. It is also possible to take a little bit longer if you should so like. There is no time limit on its completion. So in this brief presentation, I will first say a few things about what political theory is and why it is such an exciting topic of study, and then I will say a few things about the different courses that we are offering in this minor. Political theory is the study of ideas and principles that we use to make sense of, to critically evaluate, and where necessary to seek to reform political practices and institutions. So as political theorists, we look at different theories of democracy, for instance, to understand the various ways in which the idea of democracy has been understood. We think through what it means to say of a political practice that it's democratic, what the value of democracy is. And we also think through whether there's ways in which we can make our society, our workplace more democratic. So if you are interested in learning more about these big ideas, justice, human rights, equality, representation, the people, well, then you better sign up for this wonderful minor in political theory, because we will indeed be introducing you to the main political thinkers and the main political ideas that have shaped our modern political systems. You will also learn how to think critically. Indeed, we will be pushing you to think harder and to come up with different arguments and different viewpoints with respect to some of the larger normative problems that we are facing, both at a national and a global level. What is notable as well about our minor is that we offer a series of courses in comparative political theory. That is to say, we offer classes in African, Chinese, and Islamic political theory. Changes a little bit each year. There are two mandatory courses in the political theory minor, two introductory courses to political theory. The first one is really quite fun. It's a course on utopia and dystopia, in which you will be reading a variety of different philosophical and more literary works of a utopian or dystopian nature. So think about Plato's Laws, Thomas More Utopia, but also 1984 by George Orwell and The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. And these novels and philosophical works make for a wonderful entry point into political theory, because they confront us with very different ways of arranging our social and political institutions. And the point of these courses is to think critically about the nature of these setups and about alternative ways of designing our institutions and social norms. The other mandatory course is an introductory course to the key concepts in political theory today, set up as a seminar series in which each class a different idea will be introduced to you by reading some classic texts on these topics. And indeed, the course introduces you gives you a good basic introduction to political theory by introducing you to ideas of democracy, of freedom, political authority, migration, capitalism, free speech, you name it. So by the end of these two courses, you will have quite wonderful an overview of some of the basic ideas and thinkers and theories in political theory today. In addition to that, we also offer a host of electives. The exact list of course offerings will change per year, but you can expect the following courses to be on offer for the foreseeable future. So the first course is a lecture series on diversity, equality, and justice, where you will be thinking about social equalities and inequalities of class, of gender, of race and ethnicity, and think through how institutions should deal with these inequalities, how they should be accommodated. And also you'll be thinking about material inequalities, inequalities of wealth and income, and think through what would make for a fair distribution of resources within a society. The second elective is also a lecture course, History of Political Thought, where you will be introduced to some of the most influential historical thinkers in political philosophy and thought, from Hobbes and Locke to Marx and Plato. And indeed, there will also be some attention paid to Asian, Indian, and Arabic political theorists. Other electives will introduce you to feminist philosophy and feminist theory, from Simone de Beauvoir to bell hooks, as well as courses in Islamic or African and Chinese political theory. And indeed, you may expect each year to have an option between several other courses as well. Well, I hope this brief video presentation has left you excited to sign up for the minor political theory. If you do have any further questions, then please feel free to contact me. My email address is found here on this last slide. Thanks very much for your attention, and take care.